Dire team ban.
And he somehow got Tusk by the time he reached Nomad.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
But no, I mean, I'm excited to see them take things in different directions. I mean, what is it about Aster which makes them so dominant then? And how do you play against this team?
I think they got a pretty solid idea of how to draft. Like, the reason why they're so dominant against these Chinese teams because they know every single opponent that they play against, like, deeply. They analyze each team, each player, their play styles, and they tend to draft in a way to counter that and play against that as well. That's why you see them struggle on the international stage, because when you go to big lands, you're playing against other regions and other teams that you haven't or don't get the chance to prepare as well as teams in your region. So I mean, think about Aster in general, though, they have really good solid drafting style in terms of picking good tower damage. Like Luna, they prioritize Luna like crazy, just being able to run at your opponent the right time. Like, they got that China meta locked down.
Absolutely, and you know, they're the immense of the China meta. Like, a lot of the popular heroes in the region, like you know, Monkey King is a period of popularity that was first kind of trialed by Aster as like a kind of flex pick. The Baden, obviously, you know, this is the region which loves Baden the most, and these are the guys who kind of started playing it. You know, obviously Lanham, he's if he sees the Baden patch, he's going to be picking a Baden, and you got to do something about it.
Yeah, and I mean, ever since Lanham started playing in this team again, is when they started looking hot, right? I think he's such a strong player. I like the RNG coming to this draft with a plan, though. They obviously know there's Luna's coming. They instantly pick the Dark Seer in response. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they, like, what they play with it in the laning stage at least. You know, these clock is still in the pool as well. Earth Spirit's something we've seen today as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Clock has been pretty popular in this region, hasn't it? We haven't seen it in the last series, but
5 seconds remaining.
I think he got banned in one of the games last series. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that.
So the Darks here, you know, this is something that we've been starting to see quite a bit of, especially against these illusion-based heroes. You know, having your own illusion is kind of nice, and you farm, you get some good team items and team fight potential. I expect Aster to get some kind of a save still, though, in this draft. If not the RNG, they're just going to go for a Faceless Void in this game. Can you imagine the vacuum into a Chrono and a Surge Void just running around slapping people?
Does Ench look okay against the Darks here? Is that something that...
It's alright. Yeah, I see what you mean, like just being able to purge the Ion Shell for the laning stage and just give Luna free farm. But the problem with Ench is it's just not good later on, right? In team fight situations. I think Puck is one of the better heroes against Enchantress as well. You got so much magic burst damage.
Am I going?
Radiant team pick.
Why is there no button pickup from Aster here? Right? Like, it's really good versus the Puck and just break the coil and give you all the shields.
Not that good against Darks here, though. I think Aster definitely prioritizes lanes quite a bit. And speaking of this, like, I guess you guys didn't mention it, but like this Pugna, I don't get it. I personally, maybe Mo has an idea as to why they picked this Pugna, but this Pugna is like really bad against Puck, I think. And in general, not that good against Darks here either.
Gilgear has more position 4 loves this hero, so I don't think it has to necessarily be mid. I think it could be 4 as well, and they put the lane 5 potentially. Like, their draft's still really open with how they can flex this Pugna going into last pick overall, which I think is okay.
Oh, I got it. I know why they picked it now.
Why have they picked it?
So they picked it to counter the possible Faceless Void draft that was going to come out, because they did bad in the second phase. And then they also did Doom to cover in case they did pick the Void. And then they banned the Void later on once they realized RNG haven't picked it yet. Because you needed some kind of a save in the Chrono, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Pugna's
Pugna's a kind of a pseudo-savior. great. But against Puck, Darkseer, Hoodwink?
Yeah, that's a lot of magic damage.
Don't worry, I'll
I think
I agree.
Luna is okay until the late game against the Void,
Dire
right?
team pick.
So until then, you don't really need that big save. But yeah, it's rather difficult.
I will say though, doesn't
Radiant team pick.
does it kill illusion straight away? I can't remember.
Yes, it
I don't
does.
think
It does.
It does. So when the Darkseer puts the wall down on the Luna, I mean, I guess the life drain just kills the illusion, which is nice. The ward has a lot of value against the Puck
10
and
seconds
Darkseer as well.
Wow,
That is true.
RNG really going for the tempo drafting.
5
Only
seconds remaining.
is that 15 seconds of reserve time used by them?
You know, I love
As
this.
the underdogs, that's such a big fight. Oh god.
Oh, the God King Nature's Prophet versus a Broodmother. Whew, that's rough.
XX Death Brood as well, which I'm pretty sure this was first phase banned against them a lot.
In the the major, it really was. It really was. Wow. Okay. So RNG have some issues. How are they going to deal with them?
I mean,
that silence is worrying me, guys.
I don't think their team fight against Broodmother's awful. I just think their laning stage looks a little bit difficult.
No, they're okay. I think they're completely fine. What's gonna happen is Nature's Prophet's gonna farm against the Brood, then he's gonna leave at some point when the Brood gets too strong. Then the Darkseer or the Puck is gonna go down there and deal with the Brood for a while and just farm against them, right? The thing is, Aster are the ones who are a little bit not pressured, but should be playing with like a pipe and team items and just running at towers one by one, because you don't want to let RNG get to the point in this game where they have their levels and then suddenly their team fight just gets stronger.
Well, they're team fight, but their lane control is gonna, especially if most dogs are going for the Aghanims now, right? So that's gonna be kind of crazy. Just with the Aghanims, Darkseer, Iron Shield pushing out waves like crazy, and then Nature's Prophet as well. Like it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm not sure how this one's gonna end up, but we're gonna find out. So we'll throw it over to our casters. Beakup and info. He's got a full day of Mofara left. It is going to be Beakup and Mofara taking it away for this series of the day.
This guy again. Mofara again. I have to.
I reckon they're sick of Beakup, not me. They're like,
yeah. That might be true. That might be true. I will say I'm very excited for this. XXS on the Brood is always a treat. It was in Old 11 were definitely the two Broods that were very exciting to look forward to. I'm excited to see how he does on this Brood. What we see with this draft coming in from Aster.
I think it's really cool. Something that they mentioned as well on the panel, that they pay as if I'm not involved, which is really annoying. But the fact RNG spent no time on reserve time at all. The draft is massive, right? Because they're obviously very confident in their picks. You know, maybe this Broodmother wasn't something they thought about. Potentially, maybe they forgot about it. But I'm really surprised if that was the case, especially with how good Aster are with that hero.
Yeah, I mean, the lack of using the reserve time, I don't know if that's just like we have an idea and we're going to do it no matter what Aster pick, or if it's a counter to what Aster picked. You've got pretty comfort heroes for the supports in terms of having a Hoodwink as well as the Brew. I mean, Red Panda's Brew has been his go-to for a long time. And then I think Hoodwink's really just become a popular 4 overall in China. Like, you're seeing every single 4 kind of almost want Hoodwink over anything else.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this quickly. They put the Darkseer top lane against the Broodmother, and aggro dual lane, Nature's Prophet, and the Hoodwink. Aggro dual lane, that doesn't really make sense. But, yeah, so I think this Broodmother should still be fine, actually. I don't think the Broodmother's any threat at all. The Nature's Prophet should have a much better time in the laning state, which is nice.
Dire's courier has been killed.
The Nature's Prophet with good cosmetics.
Yeah, why did you put it on fire? That literally makes no sense.
Trail of the Burning
Nature, man of the
Doom.
trees. I'm setting myself on fire.
Yeah. Fire that doesn't affect him. He's so full of nature, fire doesn't affect him. How about that?
That's pretty big. Something the observer saw before as well that we should mention, obviously blocking the small camp mid up against the Doom. Really good idea. Stops him being able to go over and run over and devour a creep, so he has to go to the other small camp instead.
Interested to see how this goes for XXS, because I don't think really XXS is gonna have that much of a problem, especially with Insatiable Hunger now not being the ultimate. Like, you could really sustain in this level.
Ooh.
And Red Panda almost going down up towards top, but it's just early on, dude just hits so hard.
Yeah, they know he has no search now as well because he just revealed the VAC level 2, so he's gonna lay in out here.
As that Insatiable Hunger gets higher and higher in level, like the cooldown, 5 seconds there, 5 seconds a little bit further down the line, but it's also that damage and that lifesteal that gets pretty difficult to deal with, where XXS can just sustain in lane despite the fact that you're trying to push him out or do what you can with that iron shell.
This mid lane's going really well for the puck so far, so 6 denies already. I'm not having a great time, so... Oh, he's getting Vanguard first. That's it, okay.
And Doom's not having the best of times, but it's Doom. So you've got the Devour to make up the ground. We'll see what the deal is in terms of a build for White Album on this Doom mid. I know in other lanes you'd see a Doom go into the Midas or try to really bolster that farm. We'll see if that's the case here for White Album. Oh gosh, especially when he's dead like that.
Substance.
He was playing very much on the edge there, trying to stay just out of range of the silence. But
it's coming over. 2-man stun. Red Panda in some trouble, and there's the Insatiable Hunger. The damage coming out. XXS, he gets run down. Level 2 on shell, and that's enough damage to get the kill there onto the Brood.
Yeah, really nice play. Oh no, trying to pull back with the creep here with the shell.
I would say greedy from Aster that it comes out that way, because over mid White Album was holding a water room. Like, you didn't have to just be sitting that low.
I think he popped it just before, didn't he?
I with it in his inventory, or at least that's what I had clicked.
Oh, the slow creep, get him! Ugh. Got the little frost creep.
Frost attack.
Yeah, the first time it's ever been used on a 2. No, I'm joking. It's not true.
Actually, it's the 3rd time. I've looked at all 3 games it was used.
Professional Doom player.
Oh, I'm a professional nothing player. Professional feeder.
There's only room for one of those in this class, and that's me. So let's to find a new role. So line CP down to the bottom lane here.
They'll go for Chava, and they should have the damage to get a kill here, as that should catch him off guard.
Is that I'm gone? Oh, that's 1 point in ward. Oh.
Seems like it's doing a lot of damage though. At least this early on, as Zalfield's trying to turn around and get Acorn shot off, and just got Acorn shot by another one.
No, fuck you.
Oh, XXS through the trees. Can he duke? Maybe. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right.
What a
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Well, he's still dead. He was a god, but he flew too close to the sun. His wings melted, and he's dead.
That's really nice by RNG though. They see the line reveal in the bot lane, right? So they know the Brood's by himself. Punish him heavily. And this Brood not getting off to the start we thought it would after the 2 deaths.
I thought the sustainability would be there a little bit more. Only level 1 in the Insatiable Hunger, going 1-2-1. Putting up that Silken Bola. White Album very close to level 6, but D-Stone's at 6, and it almost feels like White Album's trying to get the Dream Coil to be used. That's a lot of damage really quickly. They'll look during the map, they get the level 6, they'll get the Doom out. God King comes over, as well as Fuel Chaba. They're trying to do the damage on a White Album, and they just don't have enough, so Doom's keeping Puck out of the fight for now. God King couldn't get a kill. But Panda comes over and rotates as well. And all of a sudden, it's another one of those fights that we've been seeing so far in this tournament where, well, everybody comes to party and nobody dies.
Did you see the anti-synergy? Oh! Okay, anti-synergy puts a Netherwood down. Puck's doomed, so he can't cast spells to take damage. Unbelievable.
Dire's top tower is under
That's
attack.
my high tier insight for this game.
Okay. I'll give it.
The blue just... Oh, okay. Being the... I thought it was just trying to leech the XP, but... All 3 Dire Cores having an okay time here, though. They're doing pretty well. Obviously, and especially the Doom with the car just starting to fall behind a little bit. Obviously, he'll come back into the game with the levels and things.
I was wondering if he was going to go into the Midas, but he doesn't end up doing so. Or at least for now, he's not going into a Midas. I've seen a couple Dooms like second, third item go Midas and pick up the pace. I'm interested to see what this mid White Album Doom build is. I'm trying to wrap around on God King. They've got Borax coming around from the side as well. Loosen Beam and God King Hex.
Dire's middle tower
And the ward
is
down
under
to the blast there, as well as the Earth Spike. God King will fall the Loosen Beam of Monet.
Dire's
And that's a good rotation from Aster, bringing 3 heroes down towards bottom again, while XXS is pushing in the top tier 1. They've left him unsupervised, but you never really want to let a Brood kind of have a moment to himself. It's used, and that's over onto the Doom once again. They brought 3 heroes here. He doesn't have Doom this time. He's trying to sip on that bottle. Bushwhack, Acorn shot, and he'll use that Killing Blade, but it's not enough to survive. He's over the top, and D-Stones gets killing a White Album.
You could see he was like spamming the Quelling Blade on top of the tier while he was moving. To try and like, obviously get rid of the tree straight away. That was nice. And this is a really nice play by RNG.
Middle
You
tower
can get this mid tier 1 nice and early. It does open up the map a lot. Especially when you have the Prophet that can like, TP in on top of heroes, right?
We'll see what God King gets done. I actually really love this map right now. It's like an SAG reunion. And the SAG team that put them on the map. It was God King, White Album, Felix, Red Panda. And they all played together.
Oh no, he's put the Iron Shell on the spider.
Tower is under attack.
So that it just kills all the other spiders.
It's gonna work.
It's doing it again.
Ult. Ooh, wall plays down. Interesting maneuver. They'll also bring D-Stones in. You made Dream Cool with the sound of those heroes. Earth Spike, okay. And they'll get the kill on a Monet. They'll look over at XXS. They took out this Luna. There's a rotation of a couple heroes here for Aster, but it really isn't going well for them. And right now, RNG, they have a 2K lead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
God King just takes spot tier 1 as well. He's farming away. I think he's going Midas on Prophet. I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
He's going
attack.
Midas. You've got the Blink Dagger picked up by D-Stones. And Flyby. At least right now he's got Vanguard and he's going into the pipe.
Is under attack.
So it's
They're gonna have such a crazy 5-man timing on RNG. Simple to see. So that's 1-2-2. Okay. I was wondering if it would max the network with the game because it has a lot of value, but I'd go for the decrypt instead.
we'll see what benefits him the most at the end of the day. Put on XXS. And he's an Orba corruption.
I assume he's going for like this Greaves eventually, right? But They need the Doom to be like scaling a little bit better, right? If they're going to go for this more utility-based brood.
Dire's top tower is under
He's
attack.
not really done that.
Would you like to see Doom
Dire's
go into a
top tower has
Midas?
fallen.
Like, it seems like one of those items that's kind of worth it, even if it's second or third for Doom.
I think if you're going to buy it, you have to buy it first.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Otherwise, you lose so much value from it.
Right. I've just seen a couple of Dooms, you know, do their thing, get it second or third, have their fun, get their gold.
If you think the game's going to go really late, then I think it's too bad. But he's got a hood of his own, so they have a lot of effective HP on the heroes at the moment with the Brood and the Doom.
Right.
There's the heal coming through from the puck potentially as well. So
Going Orchid on XXS next. Interested to see how that all comes out.
So he's not going for the utility, but he's going back for the Orchid. Okay. I think this is really good though.
Does that mean White Album's going more utility than XXS?
Yeah, I think if the game had been going better for them, maybe the Brood would go for some like more utility build. I think the Orchid's really good this game against the Brood, before he gets split up against the Puck as well. Kind of forces him to go for yields. Even Darkster as well.
I just want to point out, I really love what Flyby is doing. And taking a look over mid, Dream Coil, down onto White Album. They've also used the Primal Split.
It's so tacky though.
Line him to try and help out as much as he can with Flyby, dropping down that wall, get the Doom onto the Darkseer. Now can they get the kill to follow it up? They'll get the kill to line him, and they'll use that finger, but it's going to be enough. It's not looking likely. White Album now on the run is back to form. Everybody's here for the side of RNG, leaving Luna unadvised up towards top. And they only get away with a kill on to this Pugna, and still a little bit of a back and forth, but you can see Aster, they're starting to pull back in terms of the net worth lead that RNG had, which was about 2-3K, and now it's down to 1K. I wanted to go back to the point of, I really liked what Flyby was doing to XS. He's putting, you saw it up toward top, he's putting the Iron Shell on the Spiderling, and it doesn't look like XS is comfortable with singling out that spider. So he's still moving that spider to farm and moving Spiderlings to farm as a group, but Flyby's getting away with all the gold because eventually it's just that one spider.
It can be really difficult, right? Because what you do is you box group them, and you try and find one that's full HP and isn't taking damage, and you move it away, but then you use your control groups again to try and start, like, to you control the spiders, right?
Yeah.
And you then just get grouped up with the original ones again. So it's a thing that, especially at the start of a game, you can tend to forget about for a bit. It's like a habit you have to get into of not doing that as normal.
It's really interesting. Just to see how that has kind of evolved here for Flyby, who's the pipe, and then going to the Blink Dagger, Doom. He's going Blink next. It's still not terribly close here for XXS. They'll have multiple ways to try and mute / silence heroes and get something done.
Yeah, and you have to remember they will come back into this game with a Luna and a Doom, right? Like in terms of net worth, if things stay the way they are. And they have split up again now on RNG side. It looks like they are, but I think making another aggressive move here, ideally around this mid-tier one to try and finish it off, but I mean, Aster are really holding it as much as they can.
Yeah, 15 minutes in here and they still have that tier 1 over mid. Both teams do, so we'll see who loses their mid-tier 1 first. I haven't really checked on Monet in a long while, and you can see as he's crept up to top of the net worth, as he's been given this freedom to just kind of farm the top of the map for what seemed to be the last 5 minutes or so.
And when he gets his PKB, he's going to be incredibly strong. Like, if you look at Dire's side, they don't really have great physical damage. A lot of it is this magic burst from the Puck, the Darkseer, the Hoodwink.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Ladam is maxing ward. Nice, okay. They're slowly chipping away at this bot tier 2 with the cap ult, but
Dire's structures are fortified.
Very difficult to commit.
Radiant's middle tower
Again,
is
the
under
commitment
attack.
here and not going and getting these towers too quickly is giving a lot of open time and space to Aster. Wall down, Gskill used, comes out onto this Darkseer, and that just sends him back. We really haven't seen Aster take
Dire's
advantage
middle
of these
tower is under
dooms.
attack.
It's more so just being a deterrent. And again, they throw a wall, Dream Coil down, Wrath Nature. It's on cooldown for another 15-second. Sharpshooter now on cooldown. You're using a lot of these abilities that you're trying to team fight with. Get these kills. You're not doing
Dire's
anything.
middle tower
And it's
is
just
under
leaving
attack.
Monet to just farm the map. And he's, to reiterate myself for 15th time, he's been free to do so. A lot of gold going the way of Japan on those fighters.
Oh, this is fun. He has a BKB double brood now as well, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, okay, he is the buyout for the Orchid. I was going to say.
They've got the finger as well as the Earth Spike. They'll get the kill on a God King over mid.
Yeah, that's huge as well.
In a bad spot.
It's going to force TPs from RNG here because they want to defend their tier 1 as well. So, and if they do this, DD brood could be a big threat. Like, they were looking to make a move on Blue to top, but now because of the Nature's Prophet death, their whole, like, the play they wanted to make has kind of just been shifted.
Right.
Radiant's top tower is under
Success
attack.
holding on to that DD, which just runs out. Coil gets used, but the BKB is quickly triggered by Monet, and that'll send D-Stones packing.
That was a nice time, wasn't it? It's a BKB just before they go on in.
Yeah.
Got Grove Bow for the Luna as well. Good stuff.
Feels very worth it though for
Dire's middle tower
Hawk.
is
Dream
under
Coil
attack.
not on the longest cooldown. Take a BKB charge for it.
But like all of a sudden you can see RNG where they've been desperately trying to make this move on the map. Radiant just suddenly have a 2-day lead, like Aster.
Yeah.
It's mental. Just yeah, from just being more efficient on the map.
And Doom's starting to pick up the pace. He's now out farming this Darkseer, and he's close to out farming D-Stones as well. Like, White Album's done a good job of moving around the map and being very efficient with his farm.
I mean, the Brood and the Luna have basically had like 5 minutes of doing whatever they want with
Radiant's
farm.
top
The
tower is
Broods
under attack.
like found a lot of the top jungle and things and then moved over mid.
Right.
Blue's just been playing top as well.
Ooh, White Album raising his hands to maybe
Dire's
doom
middle
up that
tower is under
Darkseer.
attack.
I was going to say, it almost feels like more than 5 minutes they've just had the freedom. Because I've
Dire's
talked about it
middle tower
quite a number of
is
times already. And you're going to get that
Radiant's
tier 1
bottom
mid.
tower
You
is under
can move
attack.
right into Roche if they really want. They've set up the
Radiant structures are
webs to
fortified.
do so. I don't really think there's opportunity for RNG to move in and make something happen, especially
Radiant's bottom
BKB's
tower
off
is under
cooldown here for the
attack.
Luna, so then if he drops that
Radiant's
Dream
bottom
Coil,
tower has
Monet's going to be
fallen.
free to do whatever he wants. They're TPing in mass to try and come over and do something. Fallback comes in with the vacuum wall. It's going to be on a 32. He cruises down onto the Darkseer. Can they get the kill on the fallback? He gets over into the pit, but he's not going to be away from this Luna. They get the kill on the fallback with the Primal Scope used by Red Panda. They have the break on White Album. He'll walk his way out of this. Cyclone through onto the Luna, or Spike landing onto these Pandas. And now they've got just the Earth Panda remaining. So Red Panda pulls to run. White Album finally dies to God King, who will TP over and get that kill, but they've got this life drain, and they will use that finger. Borax getting the kill and credit on Red Panda's death. So Blink Dagger picked up for the Lion. They'll go back into Roche. They'll try to secure this. Doom only dead for another 19 seconds. And RNG without 2 heroes.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward situation for RNG where the Dark just wants to run into the pinball fight, but there's a Doom standing between the Darkseer and the rest of the RNG team. So they're kind of like, they can't get through the wall of the Doom to go and help the combo. And yeah, now this BK coming on the Luna, they pick up the Aegis, and you're looking at like, you know, how much value can they get from this Aegis here? You know, how much in terms of like tier 2s and things. Because RNG have really good split push and wave play on like Darkseer, Puck, Prophet. Even Hoodwink as well, being able to play on the side of the map is good. So, I mean, after maybe they're able to like group up and take, I think a couple of tier 2s would be really good value for them. Yes, consider what they're playing into.
Yeah, Nh trying to farm up as much as he can. He's pushing the top lane out a little bit. He already got the Crystallis coming his direction, as well as an Axe Shard. So this is really a big bump to his effectiveness.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, the problem for RNG is they need to be able to go on somebody and go on Pugner at the same time, right? Because if you got somebody that's not the Pugner, then the heal just comes through from the life drain, and it just keeps them alive. Especially these really big tanky heroes like the Doom, and I guess kind of Brood as well with the Hood.
Pushing at bottom though, tier 3 is down to about 2/3 health. So, like you said, the push is there for RNG and already making Aster uncomfortable.
Almighty money.
Careful about how much you allow RNG to move around the map. You've got this Aegis, and potentially you might want to just try and fight with it.
I mean, for RNG though, it's all about not giving them the big 5-on-5, right? You don't want to allow them to group up with Aegis, take towers.
Right.
You just keep opening up the map, keep switching lanes, Prophet goes and cuts waves, maybe with TPs and trees.
Groups up right now. They've got a smoke on Red Panda if they want to make a move. But again, God King TPing out in front. He'll take this camp. And I would assume from here,
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
they group and push.
They see the Luna bot, right? So they're just trying to mirror the movements so that wherever the Luna is, they don't want to be. They're going to put on the opposite side of the map. But Luna's just going for the tier 2 at the same time as they're taking a tier 1.
Yeah, but they've got a glip as well. There's the Curse Spike Duke coming through on a God King. And now on him, they've got the Doom Core. They got the kill on the Borax. They're going to move over Monet. He's right here to get the kill on the God King and looking over a Red Panda. He's got some pandas left.
I'm dead.
Dire's courier.
See if they can get on top of him. His courier is stationary right next to the side of Aster. And now the wall comes out, and they should be able to get the kill on a Red Panda. The vacuum guys on a 3. The damage being done. Is it going to be enough? They get the kill on a lot of them. Take out this Pugna, but now Booster Team on to Felix. They'll grab themselves another one. 3 heroes down on the side of RNG. As it'll force D-Stones and fly by to leave.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still, yeah. Like you said, they still have that Aegis. Even if they lost Luna in that exchange, it would have just been his first life. And with that, Monet, he's finished off the Daedalus, going into Sadi next.
Yeah, it's terrifying, isn't it? Look at the damage down. Well, you know, in comparison to anyone else, I mean, a lot of it else comes from the Doom as well, the Doom scorched stuff, but that Eclipse was huge with the right clicks as well. And they kept the Earth Panda alive, so that Red Panda, you know, the ult ends, he comes back and just dies straight away. Well played by Aster.
Wise to let that Earth Panda live, and then you ready for that kill. Smoke up here by Aster. Let's see if they can find anything. Fly up, putting the iron shell over mid. And they know that there's heroes nearby, but they're looking towards top. D-Stones needs to be very careful. He's hiding in the trees. If he even shows himself, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Scan comes down. That connects on these RNG heroes. They'll place on another word. They've got the blink as well as Deep Away coming through in a Red Panda, and White Album holds the Doom. Doesn't want to use it on this Brewmaster, I think. Just looking for a better target. Sharpshooter comes in. They've got the break. There's the normal punch. They've got the wall down out on a White Album as he pops the BKB nuts through the Doom of the Darkseer. But behind this all, Borax gets low. Red Panda's gone. Borax follows. Darkseer, there's not much he can do. He's stuck looking to run as the Lucid Beam comes in from Monet to get the kill into 5 by Red Panda. He bought back. He keeps putting tier 2. But Monet is willing to continue to move forward. Finally, the Primal comes up with the BKB by Monet. XXS continuing to chase with that Earth Panda, and it will fall. 58 seconds dead. Now no buyback as it was used earlier in that exchange. We've got Hoodwink TPing into the fight. Netherward still on the high ground. It's got half its duration left, and XXS, he's looking to dive the tier 2, maybe get a kill on a D-Stones. The Orchid's on cooldown, so it can't stop him from getting out of the fight.
All aboard the Aster train, everybody, because they are out of the station here. This is pretty wild, isn't it? I mean, we were saying with the Aegis timing, how much should they get? It feels like, I mean, their network leader's just been just growing and growing ever since. This is absolutely terrifying. Ever since she bought the Daedalus, what feels like 2 minutes ago, she now has 3.3k net worth as well.
I think the thing to note on top of that too, like, it wasn't easily Aster making moves to make something happen with that Aegis. It was them counterplaying RNG's movements. Monet? Okay. Well, nobody saw that.
That's fine, don't worry. Pretend it didn't happen.
I mean, you could say it didn't happen, but that green diamond is not lit anymore. I don't know. XXS comes over. There's the Orchid on a red panda, and he's gonna get lit up, and burn will be enough to get the kill onto this brew. As God King also taken out by Monet, who didn't even have an Eclipse ready to fight.
I think he's just like what, 5 or 6 shot him there with the DD. That was ridiculous.
Oh, not landing. Silence though out on the Doom as well as the sharpshooter. A lot of damage being done here onto the Doom. The acorn shot bouncing back and forth, but still not enough damage. Monet putting pressure on that top lane as mid also being taken here by Lanham as well as XXS. They've got the Nether Blast. They've got the right click damage coming up from the Brood, and now finally Monet joins them with the Claves bouncing around and finally taking that tower.
So I think the Paladin sort of does, which is nice, I guess, for the profit, but I still don't think he can sustain through the damage that the Luna does, right?
Yeah. I think it's honest.
That's just terrifying. And this Darkseer, for the good start it had to the game, right?
I'm gonna be falling off a cliff. Doom comes out, and that is through onto D-Stone, so he'll have his Aeon just popped. Acorn shot, White Album trying to find this puck. Eventually will spot him. There's the Infernal Blade. Does he have the damage? God King coming over. Face chip. Just surviving 20 health. Red Panda, he's dead. Flyby trying to fight through the one with killing a vortex. And now they're looking over as Monet's putting out the right clicks. The damage out on the works here. Flyby though survives because Monet spots God King coming over with Felix and doesn't exactly want to stand his ground just at this moment. Hit by the sharpshooter. Flyby comes in with an orbital punch, but he's got the help from Lanham that he needs to survive. And the right clicks coming from Flyby are going to be enough with the elusive being finished. Bushwhack still up Monet, but they've got another stun. They'll get another kill. Felix taken out. 3 heroes dead on the side of RNG, but D-Stones comes in with the dream goes down. And Monet, oh, he's surviving for now. The elusive beam is out. D-Stones in trouble. Clicks in, and Puck might be dead to right. Hey, and he gets this one. Eclipse, it's on the ground. Trying to fight this one with the heal. He will out-heal the damage from God King, and Monet will get D-Stones. Aster will not lose this Luna.
God.
And it is just an utter victory here for Aster as RNG will call GG. Oh my god.
It was really funny. Doom was going on the puck with the bot lane before. At the same time, there was that other fight in bot lane. At the same time, XXS was just completely ignoring everybody and taking the tier 3 mid at the same time. He was just playing his own game, which was fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit unfortunate for RNG where they had this really good start, but they just couldn't really capitalize on it. But Aster, they hit their timing so hard. And that Pugna, I think, looked really good. You know, it was to be in a position where it never really got initiated on, and it looks fantastic for it.
bittersweet and I'm walking slow. Sensitive, feel the afterglow. Looking for things that I can't control. Fear from my past, cause it always shows. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time, it comes back to you. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it. Blacking out, afraid just fading day by day. I'm reaching out for someone who can take away the pain I feel, the things I haven't done at all. I've lost my way, but how I felt I can't recall. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time, it comes back to you. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Whoa, I keep on falling. Whoa, I like the taste of it. Broken heart, tear me down, light the fires all around, touch your skin, turn to ice, all we are, sacrifice. Why does it feel like I'm dreaming? Oh, I cannot wake up. I can't breathe. I can't see. You cut me open now. You left me. Broken but half alive.
Dire team ban.
Like Theo said, they were doing really well, and then there's like that 5-10 minute of downtime, and all of a sudden this Doom and Luna just rip through the map so quickly. I think they went about it the right way early on, but they tried to commit to this mid-tier 1 really early with the Nature's Prophet TP in and things, and trying to like open up the map, but they couldn't ever really finish off that tower, and then the Brood came over mid to defend it, and all of a sudden that mid-tier 1 just isn't dying anymore. It became really difficult for them to find their openings. I think it's difficult to say one thing that they should change. Right? But I think just keep it up, basically. But don't. It's really difficult.
Just keep it up, gang. You know, good luck. Try your best.
Yeah, that's the thing about RNG, or sorry, Aster, is that they've really taken it to the next level, right? This Brood was having a tough time, Doom was having a tough time, but you know what they did? They had Monet bottom with the Luna pressuring the tier 1 tower non-stop. She wasn't like, this Luna wasn't in the jungle. It was just like pushing bottom and forcing people down there, enabling the teammates. And when you have a team like that, it's going to be really hard regardless of what heroes that you end up picking.
Oh, I do like this opening. You know, it's simple, it's basic, it's just exactly what it says on the tin, but at the same time, it works.
Yup.
I think Wyvern in particular as well, right? The Invoker has so much value, so it's really strong. It's just, I mean, obviously the Holy Locket keeps people still. Cataclysm, you don't even need to chrono them anymore. It's great. Free meteor.
Still.
No, sorry, the Cold Embrace. I mean, sorry.
Of course, a good host would have said, "I think you mean," but I like mean to you, so.
The axe pick. I'm a pretty big fan of this one. You know, this axe combo that not as many teams do it, but you can stack the ancient 5 times, and then axe can just farm it instantly with Vanguard and 1 Cold Embrace. And you get like 1,000 gold. You do. Like I think at 5 stacks it's like kind of hard. You're gonna lose a lot of your HP, but the Cold Embrace, you stay topped off. They can't contest you either, right? And you can do it instantly. It's a pretty sick.
Very interesting, combo. Yeah, but makes sense.
I think this here in first phase as well, so you have the ability to flex it between 1 and 3 is always really nice.
5 seconds remaining.
Feels really good. BKB piercing disable, insane. Farms really fast, insane.
Also, it's good to keep a still hierarchy in your draft as well. You know, Wyvern, bit of a beta, Axe definitely the alpha, so you're already establishing that, which is important.
Why is Wyvern a beta?
He doesn't heal people. He doesn't even attack people himself. He gets other people to attack him for him. Signature beta move.
You not seen Arctic Burn?
Yeah, have you not seen Arctic Burn? Literally the best skill in the game in Dota 2.
The best skill in the game.
Yeah, like if you played ability draft, the skill that you would first above everything is Arctic Burn.
I do play ability draft and I do take Arctic Burn, so I guess
especially on melee heroes.
I got you there, didn't I?
Yeah, damn it. Gotta rethink this.
Radiant team pick.
So obviously they flex the void now, right? So you're expecting, oh my god. Okay.
Dire team pick.
That's a pretty good Timber pick. I think this has been banned out a lot today.
You know what, Mo? I'm gonna have to kindly disagree.
Really?
With that. I hate Timbersaw against Axe. I think Axe destroyed Timbersaw. And people need to stop picking Timber against Axe. Because the pure damage from Axe, like, Timber can't do anything about it. Plus, they never really interact with one another. Axe plays in the offlane, Timber plays in the offlane, right? So in the laning stage, you're not doing anything. You're not going into Axe's lane either. You're just going to jungle after Vanguard to get to his dagger and just going to run around and kill people. So, like, you have a small window in the mid game where you can do something to him potentially, but what happens is really good Axe players end up just skipping Blink. They go for the Manta, then they go for the Blink and the Shard later. They just play like a position 1, and then once you hit that 20-minute timing, Timbersaw doesn't stand a chance. He just dies to the pure damage in 1 call.
Yeah, I agree with that, but the Axe can definitely kill the Timber as well, right? But the Timber's still very good at getting through the Axe.
Assuming the Axe decides to fight during the small window that they have, that's what I was like talking about, because like the Timber has to have a good game no matter what, and Timber, if he's against a safe lane Axe, just gets crushed. I'm sure you saw the major where you saw Ice Timbersaw against LGD, and just he was like bottom of the core network and just got destroyed by the Axe.
I feel like everyone gets destroyed by Axe right now. It's very annoying. Blink, Core, Manta, Blender mode activated.
I still don't think it's awful in the sense that they have like this mixed damage against the Wyvern as well, right? If they can pick the right 4, I get what you're saying.
Radiant team
I think I
pick.
completely agree,
Lina.
but I'm not completely against the Timber either.
I mean, they also
Where's your
picked.
pick?
Listen, oh, that's perfect. This Lina could be mid. It could be 4. I love the 4 Lina here with the axe. Now you got Battle Hunger, and then you just got Lina like pounding into the face of Void.
Enchantress.
Void won't be able to do anything against that. They pick Ench, but Lina's actually one of the better heroes against Ench as well. Like, going back to your previous point, like, you don't think it's bad. Yeah, I mean, you can pick any hero in Dota, but they just picked 3 cores in the first 3 picks. How many times have you
10
seen?
I mean,
seconds remaining.
That's
Yeah.
kind of on brand for RNG in this series. You know, last
Dire
game,
team
they didn't, they barely used any reserve time. They used 15 seconds of reserve time.
No.
This game, they first pick their 3 cores. These guys have got, you know, that BDE. Aster, unfortunately, are winning the games, which is kind of boring. But well, game 1 at least. We'll see how game 2 goes.
10
but
seconds
we
remaining.
seem pretty confident so far. As this Doom comes out from Aster once again.
5 seconds
Not
remaining.
afraid of picking it up.
These second phase picks of Aster feel so good.
Yeah,
Dude, This
do.
they can do anything. Like they can go
Team
axe carry, they can go Doom mid, they could be Doom off lane, they could be
Why?
Lina mid, it could be Lina 4.
Dire
They
team ban.
could be one of them. Sure.
Please.
That's a very
I love
Dire
underrated
team pick.
hero mid to Wyvern. We saw 9 play it in the European qualifiers, and some people
Yeah.
started to pick up on it, but that hero's insane. I feel like next patch Wyvern is definitely gonna be, at least Arctic Burn is gonna get dumpstered a bit.
Holy Locket. Common
10
Embrace is going to get put in the bin. Or like,
Holy
Talon or something.
It's hard to
got
nerf
5
Holy
seconds
Locket without destroying the item altogether. I mean, remember how bad that item was
Radiant team
for
ban.
how long? So,
I
you don't
don't
want
like Holy Locker right now. I think you just need to take away his
Oh
helm.
my goodness.
And Hoodwink will be the final picker from Aster, and that's going to mean the Lina's probably mid, the Doom's off lane, the axe carry, I would guess.
Alright, I mean, Hoodwink and Lina, literally the same exact thing, right, in terms of
10 seconds
the
remaining.
presence with the axe. So, and the Lina mid now is their secondary
5
carry.
seconds
Like I said,
remaining.
it's gonna be the axe carry.
I know some teams have played Doom Pos 1 recently in some Europe games, but yeah, I think it'll be X1.
And even though we
It should
look at this, like, you know, this decent Void game, at first, I'm starting to have my doubts. I mean, they've got so much to throw into this Chronosphere. If he gets doomed, he's in trouble. If he gets
Choose your hero.
Winter inside Chrono, he's in trouble. If he gets...
Oh,
like,
hold on.
It's the flex, right?
Support Void
Ooh.
time. We've been seeing this, the 5 Void.
Yeah, this is something which, it's not new, guys, but
Yeah,
it is interesting, isn't it?
yep, the 5 Void, let's go.
I like how slow Red Panda was to pick it there. I mean, Red Panda was one of the first to start doing this, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that RNG are picking up this Faces Void as
God
the
King,
support.
God King definitely feels like a 0-1-4 gyro player.
He's probably
Well,
going to go like
With the
North or something, knowing God King.
He's-
He's always finds a way to just push it a little bit further, sometimes too far, you know? He's a lunatic, God King.
10 seconds
Sometimes that
remaining.
works in your favor. More recently, it's been a bit of a
5
point.
seconds
I love
remaining.
watching them play. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Guys, what do you think about the draft? Where is it going? Who's going to win?
I choose axe.
I'm gonna go, and I'll go annoying because we had the Timbersaw thing before, so I'll just pretend I'm all in on the Timber now instead. It's fine.
Cool. I like it. I like a bit of clashing, a bit of locking horns from my panelists. I will have to go Aster as much as I like the RNG draft. I think it's really cool what they did, the swapperoo and everything, but Aster, I mean, it just looks very stable from them, this axe carry. You can't doubt it. And with that, we will throw it over to our commentary duo for this game. It's RNG versus Aster, brought to you by P-Shop and Mo Farah. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much. Coming into this game number 2 between Aster and RNG. Red Panda has been playing that 5 Void. We'll see how it does. And, you know, you've got the typical D-Stones Invoker, which is how he made his name. At least when he broke into the pro scene, that's how it made his name. And then everybody was like, I can't believe are you guys watching this D-Stones Invoker. I feel like it was tweeted a lot about, like, D-Stones Invoker. I'm trying to remember who made the tweet who was like, you guys gotta watch this guy. But I since I feel like Duns has kind of had this like hero puddle going on. He plays like Puck, he plays Invoker, and that's pretty much it when it comes to pro games recently. But I do really love seeing this Void 5. I think Red Panda has a fun time. It's not the brew, which is great. Gets them to flex this draft. So I'm interested to see how this game goes and how we get down to it. I'm probably gonna guess Aster as well.
Okay, so my big thing that I like about this last pick, Gyro, we didn't really get much of a chance to talk about it on the panel, but RNG is that you want a hero that I think the Gyro build will be Axe Satanic, right? It's most likely. So even if it gets zoomed, it's still going to be able to output a decent amount of damage. Be able to try and keep itself alive, and you have alacrity on the Invoker as well to be able to like pump up Gyro's damage in fights, which is going to be very important. So looking forward to seeing what RNG can do with this. I know I went for RNG on the panel just for a meme, but I do think Aster's lineup looks really strong here. I think the leader in particular is going to be incredibly difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and then I'm interested to see Borax's input with this Hoodwink, because it feels like the Hoodwink in the few games we've seen it so far already has felt very lackluster. And if I were to put my top 3 Hoodwink players in the Chinese region right now, it's FY, Jinkyu, and Borax. So I want to see if he shows us something a little different with this hero, and then Adam can get done with this Winter Wyvern, because that's a hero on the games. We'll see what Aster can get done with this lineup and how RNG are gonna react.
It's the best Holy Locket hero, dudes. And love this Holy Locket hero, so it's difficult to against him.
Yeah, Adam loves his Holy Locket heroes, and then there was that point where he was buying fucking Blade on every hero.
Yeah, on the Knicks and the... I remember
First blood.
Ooh, first blood coming out from Flyby onto Lanham, so early on he's killed off. An early opportunity with a low level.
Yeah, but this is what I was saying. If you pick the right 4 with the Timber, like you want to enable the Timber lane relatively early with your high damage output. But then at some point in the game, you can leave the Timber by himself, right? And just let the Eng roam over to mid.
Oh, and he's already taking a lot of damage. He might just die himself. Spins are coming in. I don't know if you really are going to get anything done with those spins. And this might even be another.
Adam's in trouble.
Arctic Burn to try and get the slow. And Felix is just outputting a boatload of damage. Tries to get the impetus shots, but eventually he'll fall.
That was really well played by Lanham. He really baited him in there.
Got him into the creeps, uses that Arctic Burn. Now he's got the Splinter Blast. But this is a very active lane thus far.
I mean, we should say though that now the wave's pushing in towards the Radiant side as well, which is obviously really favoured for them.
Ooh. So level 2 going Berserker's Call.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the axes we see take Hunger level 1, but I think this build's really good in certain matchups. You go like, because you want the 2 points in spin by level 3, but you also want the call, especially to threaten the Timber.
Bottom lane, we're taking a look as XXS and Borax are here against the Red Panda Void, who has got 1 level in time dilation, 1 level in time walk, and we'll see what this 5 Void accomplishes. Feels like synergies are certainly there. If all you're trying to do is land a good chrono and then have everybody else kind of pile in. On Invoker with a Cataclysm, call down coming in from the Gyro with right clicks outside the chrono. Like, the opportunity is certainly there for RNG to lay down the hurt with a good chrono.
Hey, laning is going really well for Radiant side.
Yeah.
In particular, I'm surprised how well this mid lane's going for the Invoker. I know it's probably one of the better heroes against Lina, but because you have the natural reach from Quest, right, to be able to keep up with the harass from Lina, and you have good good damage as well. And yeah, this is the freeing up the end to roam around.
Sunstrike, it's on, and Felix will get the credit on the kill. Over on White Album, this is looking really good from RNG.
I think when you play against this Ench as well and you know it's going to be 4, it's really important you have control of this top jungle vision. So you know where the Ench is at all times, right? Especially around this mid lane. You know, this Lina here is very good, but when she gets hit by the Purge, all her fiery soul stacks come off straight away. So she has no mobility at all.
It's a good job out there. The Enchanter's coming over, but also the Sunstrike landing from D-Stones on this Invoker. There was a few times in the DPC where D-Stones did play that Invoker. I think he tried to branch out a little bit more, but it just didn't feel like he was inputting as much. And obviously from then to now, the way the drafts have been with an Invoker have kind of evolved. And really the patch has evolved as it always does. It'll be interesting to see what D-Stones provides come later in this game, because it felt like, at least during the DPC, Invokers would have like maybe a decent time early, but fall off really hard.
It's really interesting that they've basically left this team an Axe 1v1 top, right? And then at the same time, it's basically the Ench versus Wyvern about who can get the most done on the map. I feel like this Timber's having way too much of a good time though, for this lane. There's no way this Timber should be 800, 750 net worth ahead of the Axe, but with the waves pushing in the way that they did early on, I have just been in complete control of this wave ever since.
Top lane, Monet. Seeing that whirling death, not fun, is Felix gonna try and come around the back here. They've got that enchant that slow him down, and Wild Wing Ripper ripping away with that tornado, and eventually Monet will fall to the two of them. So Flyby and Felix just really opening up a lane for themselves. I'm not sure what Monet strives to do. It's normally a point where I would say, what, you see Vanguard on an Axe already.
I mean, we checked second there, they were 700 net worth apart. All of a sudden it's 1.2k, you know, which is terrifying. They have the catapult wave top as well, so they'll start opening up the tower potentially.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is gone.
It's RNG.
And what's really good about this is as well, it transitions for the Gyro to naturally come and play top towards where the Ancients are and things, right? So like he pushes in the top lane, controls top, farms the Ancients as well at the same time. Timber can roam towards mid or start to play bot.
The thing that's interesting too right now is how much Felix is kind of getting from this. He's going treads, like Felix I think is ready to be putting in the Enchantress hurt.
Yeah, I think raw strength from treads as well, when you're like because you get the efficiency from your ult from untouchable as well, right? Feels really good.
Felix is coming around again. Monet is in trouble. Winter Wyvern coming through, but they've got the Sunstrike. And that is another kill. Bye-bye. He must stop for this though. And while that's happening, Red Panda's also dead.
They look like he's trying to come invade and get XP from stacks, but it's not to be. It's not to be. Well, can we check what build the Invoker's going, Mr. Observer, please? Because I feel like the Invoker's such a big, like... Normally some people go like bots minus, right? On the Invoker, but... I think some people know... I play... Storm's my mid laner, right? For the team that I manage. And he's a really big Invoker player as well. And like, he likes to go drums sometimes, just I think he's really cool on Exalt Invoker.
Ooh, actually, it's that time violation.
It's more of a fun sport.
Enchanted. Felix might be in a little bit too far. And White Album.
Radiant's courier.
So Gouda Blade a thankful, because he was getting beat up pretty hard. The Panda's getting low, and Old Tap is on 4-axe.
Yeah, get it.
He did.
He did get the creep.
Don't run off.
The Invoker is going Midas first after 2,000.
Okay, so he's probably going to Midas first.
So that's right. That and the damage is there.
came here to learn.
G-Stone's having a good performance on this Invoker thus far, and I could give you the stat that I had written to you. I was trying to give it to you in the draft, but it's G-Stone's pubs. His first hero is Invoker with 2,279 games, and then his second hero is 659. So this guy plays a lot of Invoker.
If players are, I mean, it's just one of those things that's so fun to watch because it has such a high skill cap on that hero.
It's like watching MOBA players. Right?
Yeah, kind of. Apart from the Invoker's picked, so.
True. I would like to see MOBAs kind of make their way back. I'm a big fan of MOBA. I like watching pros kind of rip it up with MOBA, you know what I mean? Get those nets out there, jump on some heroes.
I mean, I'm hoping that hero gets buffed, even though I hate playing against it in the patch, because even if it's just a tiny bit, so it's viable, right? You don't want it to be really strong, but you want it to be a potential like niche pick that teams have to think about.
I don't know. Next patch, I'm hoping for a Tinker Meepo ancient apparition. Looking away, next success coming in. God King getting killed off by White Album. Good rotation.
This is what I was saying before. Though. I'm surprised God King stayed bot for so long because I felt like this was inevitably going to happen, right? Where they move because they can't play up against the Timber. So I feel like God King probably should have been playing top last bit or so, maybe.
Tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
This tower's going to go down eventually, right? Anyway.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Got to maximize your farm for the Ags.
Right.
He should stay. I mean, it's a really difficult window to hit, right? You want to stay in that lane for as long as you can before they come. And like, if you can hit this timing where you leave just as they're turning up at the same time, then it feels amazing.
Tower is under attack.
Time dilation. Monet coming over trying to grab Red Panda, but he'll time walk away. Battle Hunger with the Splinter Blast and an Arctic Burn full of right clicks. Does not feel good, but they don't get the kill. Laguna will back up. Lena
Dire's middle tower is under
15
attack.
gold away from finishing off the Yules. Monet trying to recover. He's still sitting here behind God King and third on the core list for the Dire side. Meanwhile, Enchantress just has a boatload of farm. And goes into the Dragon Lance. Feels great for Felix.
I think he gets a lot of single target damage from like the Dire side though with like Doom and Laguna and things. It is nice to have more, have a support that can turn into a core as well for like more damage sources.
Mm-hmm. 1,200 gold away for God King on that axe. And then of course you're seeing Monet go into the Manta.
Oh crap.
Oh, Sunstrike and Impetus shots, but here's the Winter's Curse. That might catch Red Panda, get the kill, and it will. But Tornado came in, but it wasn't going to be enough. They've also got a Flyby coming around the back. I don't know if they're going to be suspecting of this, as they've got the Chakram right on top. The Meatball comes down, but it's not going to do anything to the side of Aster. They got that one kill onto the Faceless Void. They'll back away and take what they've been given as Monet continues to farm up towards top for free. White Album moves, slow by the enchant, moving the LSA, Laguna away the Dragon Slave, but the sun strikes in. D-Stones with a kill on White Album, taking away his spree after he killed off Felix right in front of his eyes.
What value regen from the Invokers, right? He gets a Sunstrike and a Cold Snap off to kill the leader and still has regen going afterwards. So that's great. They get the mid tier 1, opens up the ancient area. You can see them picking out the mini-map straight away. Red's been trying to invade this area for ages and hasn't been able to do it. So he's been able to finally get in there after taking the mid tier 1. He's like, thank God, guys. Monet now has Yasha.
Bottom lane, success getting chased a little
Dire's
bit.
bottom tower is under
No
attack.
Chrono for 80 seconds, so I mean, at that point, when you don't have Chrono, the Void is the 5. All you're really there to do is kind of time walk in and use time dilation, right?
Yeah, kind of. You just want to be there to like tank spells and have as much effective HP as possible with the
Dire's
time walk.
bottom tower
So
is
like
under
you
attack.
try to get as low as you possibly can before you jump away for force them to use
Dire's
spells on
bottom
you.
tower has
Right.
fallen.
King in trouble. There's the blink, there's the stun, and I don't even need to use that Doom. Use the good way to get the kill. And time dilation comes in, that will land onto all 3. And Sharpshooter to get some distance. They put the cold stack tree down. Sunstrike not gonna land.
Killing
That's not
spree.
stand up right, and he gets onto the high ground, but they've got the deafening blast. D-Stones will get the kill to Borax, and now they come in with the Yules. It's out on the D-Stones for a second. XXS thinking about blinking in and using that Doom, but there's the blink away as the time dilation is away from Red Panda, who has Chrono at 17. But Aster will back away under the tier 2 tower, and they'll be okay.
Hey, think about the beginning stage that the Axe and the Gyro both had, right? And look at their net worths now. They're like basically neck and neck.
The stun and the damage on a Red Panda. There's the Cooling Blade Monet. It's a catch. And closer and closer to that Manta. Bottom lane, Lanham getting chased, trying to TT out, and right in the face of Flyby, who can't stop that.
You almost have to hope to lock it on the Wyvern as well. Honestly, I think if they get
And here coming through, they've got the deafening blast, the call, Monet! Ooh, he'll elude the Sunstrike. Felix coming up onto the high ground. That may be a mistake. He's got the Sharpshooter. Can he turn? Can he turn? Can he turn? No, he can't. So Felix,
yeah, that's fine. I think just get a kill.
even with the Doom, get it.
Dire's
using the
top
Doom?
tower is under
Yeah, I
attack.
think it's fine. I mean, he would have TP'd away otherwise because the attack speed stops Infernal Blade from coming through.
Yeah, but was War Stomp on cooldown?
Yeah, I think it was. I think he just used it before.
I guess it's worth it. I don't know.
But yeah,
Using that Doom would have been nice on something else, right?
Yeah, back to the point originally, like it's Axe and Doom. I'd say the Axe and the Gyro are basically neck and neck in net worth, right? Like after watching the late stage, if you just said they'd have been the same net worth at 15 minutes, I don't think anybody would have believed you.
Maybe one person.
Nah, they were lying. They'd be lying. They'd be trying, be that hipster. Like, no, I don't agree.
I agree with. Totally knows what he's talking about. That's that guy, you know. Ag just about finished here for the Invoker. Meanwhile, Monet still working on this Manta.
Yeah, you have to assume he's going to be going against some Y afterwards as well. The stage was just really good against the Doom and the Axe call.
Strike off the mark. Axe picked up. Now it's got Cataclysm available, and they do have Chrono available as well. So
I think they've
smoke.
smoked on Radiant. Yeah, they smoked under a ward, I'm pretty sure. Maybe they didn't. There was one there before, maybe they de-warded it. I'm Aster though, they're just holding their high ground.
Dire's
Juice
mid
Curse
tower is under
gets
attack.
used. Giving them some control. White Album coming in with a 2-man stun. No good lead, and they've got the follow-up coming through from XXS with a War Stomp. Tornado comes in, but that's not going to land. Neither does the Sharpshooter on the field. The damage being done to XXS. They might be able to get the Doom. He's trying to heal up with the cold brace, but they've got themselves the world and get the kill. Flyby. They'll trade 1 for 1. And Borax will TP away in front of the eyes of Felix. So not exactly the best of trades for the side of Aster, but a trade nonetheless. Going blink next on that.
Yeah, I mean, the Axe is he found where he wants to be, right? But he's doing okay in the game. When he gets to the, the blink and the shard and things, he can still do a lot of damage with the pure damage from spin.
Roche being taken. They don't have Winter's Curse right now.
Tower is under attack.
See if they can even get in on this. Monet is technically nearby, but he's gonna get it there, and yeah, Aegis now in the hands of RNG. This is massive for them. 5 minutes at Aegis could potentially mean a lot.
I don't think they were ever going to fight in the pit without Curse. I think that'd be pretty crazy.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yes, I almost finished on the gyro. Oh, okay. A courier, nice. Ooh.
He's down.
Never in doubt. So they're going to smoke up themselves. They have the Curse back up again now. God King's just by himself up in this top area of the map without ward vision. Oh, he's got the Aegis as well.
Yeah, this could be bad. They know exactly where he is. Oh, stun? How much are they going to use this first life? It's going to be dependent on how quickly they kill
heading up though.
And now they're starting to come over. Flyby here to defend with the rest of the team. They'll get that first life out of his hands and lose a courier for Lanham. Chakram thrown into the trees. Borax trying to free himself out.
I think this isn't too bad for RNG. They should be able to naturally transition to
Dyer's top
here.
tower is under attack.
Like having so many heroes nearby,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Just doesn't feel great.
not the ideal usage of the Aegis, really, though, is it?
No.
Because this whole time, Monet's just being able to farm and try and catch up as well.
Is under attack.
Oh, Borax being spotted, and Tornado comes up short. Still just a 4K lead at the moment. Is that enough RNG to feel comfortable running away with this one?
Radiant's bottom
I don't think so.
Is under attack.
I think when the axe gets farmed, we've all seen how much this hero can do. I still think the leader especially looks terrifying when it gets to like Daedalus. Daedalus BB, basically.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Dagger here now for the axe. Will be Sharp next.
Dyer's middle tower is under
right now,
attack.
Flyby's just kind of leading the charge on this here too.
Still big
Dyer's
favourites.
middle tower
I
has
think because
fallen.
during the start of the game when I expected it to be worth right now for Aster.
Yeah.
So they've done well to stem the bleeding almost, really.
Smoke used by an Aster. So that they can get in this situation. And they would love to have that shard as they're going to be top of game fighting God King. Oh no, Ellis going to be coming through and God King. Maybe it's not just the back end of a name.
I just realised what you meant by that. Poor guy. When Peacock's having a dig, it's a bad day.
Oh, I was having a dig, it was just the line.
Yeah, it does feel it's happened like 1-2 times though, right? Where he's just kind of on his own on the map somewhere. Picked off.
Away from his team, not even like a little bit, but completely. Spot where they just can't get to him.
Sorry, production for flaming me for flaming Beacop. So sorry, production.
Oh, thank God.
I didn't mean to hurt him. Did actually. I'm not going to say sorry at all.
Yeah, it's our fifth season. We know what to expect.
You know what you signed up for. The void just goes shard now. I don't know if I didn't see if he had it or not. It's so good.
First time walk.
Because you basically just jump in, get and go back out again, right?
You start singing that song in your head. Defeat that. Oh, what a tornado. BKB success. He's going to move over and look over to Flyby, who's got the Lotus Orb, and now he's got the Cataclysm coming down with the meteor, but it's not enough damage. The call to break the fellows. The Winter Stone, they look over at G-Stones. The damage coming through, being enough to get the kill. The Invoker, the Invoker is got Flyby. Timbers on the wrong track. That red panel did became the second one got outside of RNG. And finally, Flyby, well, his wings have been cut, and he will fly no more. Colin Blade on the Felix Warriors and on the side of RNG. Put that together with the fact that they killed God King earlier, and this game is back to even.
But actually, guys, you can't do this. They're like the whole team raid, apart from Goking's down at the bottom having a fight, and the production just goes this view on the gyrocopter. I can't. And that's the action shard, though, right? I mean, he picks it up and they instantly, like, has to understand their timing, right, and how strong they are when he gets that shard. Instantly take a fight, finds this amazing two-person call with the Manta, as well on the Invoker and the Ench, and just blows up the Invoker straight away. It looks so good because of the Cataclysm, but they keep their BKB on dire side, and like the heal from the Wyvern just keeps the team alive.
He went from like 5% to full.
Yeah?
It was kind of nuts.
I think he popped his own one, got wanded by the Lanham Locket at the same time as well.
Yeah, the cool embrace of the locket and everything was just nuts. And all of that after control. This is tough for RNG. And that's with the farmed Enchantress, who's got a Hurricane Pike, who's outputting a bit of damage, but it's just not enough. And is it... I'm not going to say it just yet, but is it a little bit of what I was alluding to earlier, where it feels like sometimes Invoker just kind of falls off a cliff?
No, it's just they just took one bad fight. Like, unfortunately, they just got two-person called because they're holding a high ground that Aster have vision over. Right, like they try and push into the high ground. It's the best place that Aster can fight, is an area that they are all standing and are ready to go. It felt the same last game as well. Like Aster feel like they're in control of how fights are going to be dictated.
Album MKB almost finished.
But don't worry, because it's the second rush fight next, and that's the game decider.
Under attack.
At least it's not the fifth road that's the decider.
The first 25 minutes don't matter, because the second rush just means so much in the game.
Radiant's
It just gives too much. I think it's got to be a big patch, like how much Roche gives up, or make Roche harder to kill. We're both.
Or she has the Demon Age as well, which I'm assuming is being upgraded to
MKB.
MKB, yeah. Or is it Daedalus? I don't know, but I assume it was MKB. Because the is really good against the Timber as well.
And there's Roche.
And they have the Forge Spirit in the pit, so the Radiant know that the Rushes are going to go in straight away.
They kind of have to. They're going to try and get this. It's going down pretty quickly, but I don't know if they've rotated it over in time for Aster. And then now, so now you've got Shard, you've got Aegis, you've got Cheese. Gives you a 3k lead. Like, this is second Roche, and it's giving so much. It's interesting. Shard's going to be picked up by the Invoker as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the big shot is Meteor, right? With the Meteor, so that feels pretty good.
Timber's got Shard on himself as well.
Phoenix just tanking the smoke. Holding a vision here on the left-hand side, you see Aster. That's the difference. The Aster doesn't want to run up into that area. Just done the RNG. They were in complete control of that fight.
They've got vision of God King though.
I think you give the quiver to the end. Then you take the tunic on Gyro, maybe? Oh, pushing up into Aster's vision.
Vision's there, and you can see Lanham is looking for the right opportunity to get up his curse out. And instead, now they're going to be looking, they've got a sharpshooter in. BKB's going to be popped, looking for the chrono, maybe. It's just a time dilation for now. Cataclysm coming down, gets the kill on Lanham. He doesn't have buyback, he's having 45 seconds without it. God King, now without his BKB, so how willing are they to push into this? The double damage gets
top tower.
Album D-Stone's coming over, and he should spot White Album all by his own himself. The top lane, Monet coming through. They've got themselves the call. Flyby in a little bit of trouble, but he'll need the cheese. He'll be okay with BKB being caught by Monet. He'll have that on cooldown for another 65 seconds. They go up on the high ground. They go for the tier 3, and it looks like it'll be at least the tier 3. Do they stay for the racks? 15 seconds until they get the Winter Fire back into the fight. These BKBs are still on cooldown for 5 more seconds, at least on this gyro. Well, damage gonna last for just a couple seconds longer, and they are gonna concede the racks without the Wyvern.
Dire's top barracks have fallen.
This is what I was saying earlier with the Alacrity gyro. It's completely different hero. It's like all these like range heroes, like the the Luna and the gyro, even like TB is technically a range hero really meta. As soon as they get Alacrity, their power spike is just ridiculous.
Monet this time, he's the God King all by himself. The rest of the team now needs to react to this.
BKB.
No BKB for 20 seconds. They're going to cheat back over to the shrine. It's going to be Felix coming in, but he's able to blink way off this. Tornado doesn't land. He's getting changed to the cold snaps there. The whole team's starting to pound. Got the meteor down. Monet in trouble, and he'll end up dead. The team never reacting to how far out he was. Aster's still in their base. They let him die.
He has
and it wasn't just that they let him die. It's that Monet got himself to a position where, yeah, now he has no buyback, and he was out by himself.
Fair play to RNG though, they take the top rights and they instantly speed across the map to the bottom jungle.
This could be
really well played by them as well. Yeah, it could.
He's 400 gold on buyback.
I just want to say that was a really nice play for the Ass. I know he didn't live, but he had a much better chance of living there than I originally thought he was going to.
Tier 3's gonna drop. He's still working with an Aegis. Unicorn shot bouncing around, not really doing a lot, but they've got the Alacrity on God King now. Lanham looking for something that he can do to try and stop this pressure from coming in, but they've got the D10. The OSA hits on a flyby. Now they've lost 2 sets of racks. All of a sudden, it's an 8k lead for RNG from a 4k lead from Acer. Although, is that enough to shut it all down?
Regeneration!
Well, yeah, look at the win probability. Jeez.
94%. Although, without an Aegis, I don't know if RNG are as confident at the moment, even up this much. They do have the whole combo available to them.
You have to think about how many fights it would take for Aster to win the game now, right? And
I guess there's still tier 1s mid and top. Yeah.
Only Rogue's pretty good for the dice side.
Keep me next for the Luna.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, they're just going to get boss anyway.
We're going to try and finish it up.
Dire's bottom tower is
For the Battle Hunger, Splinter Blast gets bounced back. We're going to get the tier 3. Sharpshooter comes in. That's going to break up the Enchantress. They've got the Nature's Attendants, and they'll take the tier 3 over for the Mega Flyby, standing his ground. And BKB gets popped early and in time. Monet looking for the blink as well as the call. He'll get it onto the Timber. Another got themselves Chrono Cat plays them all down and take out XXX. The Meteor's spraying Lanham's dead, and he'll buy back. Monet, he'll fall 2 or 3 of them. So they'll buy back on 1, but will they buy back on the axe? Call GG instead. They won't even fight it, and RNG will even the series up at 1.
Yeah. I mean, what a good game though. It was so back and forth at times. Like Radiant have this, RNG have this really good like late stage, right? All of a sudden, Aster come back into it. Then RNG get a 3-second motion. The game's over. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. I just a 3-second Roche, and it's just a complete all of a sudden in that game, because it felt like Aster were pulling away with it. And is it Monet dying
Radiant team ban.
They couldn't quite break
Radiant
it.
team ban.
Very powerful analogy there, MoFarah. Thank you very much. Couldn't quite break it. Indeed, yeah, and that's what causes Aster to get drawn out. So, we saw the Luna banned last game after Aster had a successful time. We're going to see something banned out at the same time by Aster.
Yes.
Yep, there it is. The Invoker gets banned out from them. You love to see it, don't you? It's just kind of that good feeling of like, yes, my Invoker was good enough to be first phase banned by one of the best teams in the world.
Remaining.
Oh no, D-Stones. He's out of the game. What is he gonna do now? I mean, he's not that player anymore. Let's be real here. He's actually picked up a lot of heroes. Yeah, his puck was exceptional too. I think he only made like one big mistake that kind of made it hard, but he's an extremely talented player. So it's a respect ban for sure.
But I mean, he's an extremely talented player normally. When he gets Invoker, he becomes a godlike player. But when you ban the Invoker, you bring him down to human levels, so he's actually beatable, which is good.
5 seconds.
I like this opening from Aster though. Again, I think the Wyvern, obviously, although it didn't win last game, still looked really strong. Obviously, a very good hero. Be interesting to see what they do with the Timber this time. I could see them going Gyro straight away here on RNG. Oh, they get Slark. Wow.
Wow, that's so early too.
It's been a very long time since I've seen a Slark this early.
Yeah, first phase, my god. I mean, we rarely get to see the hero all together, but first phase like that. This is Team Aster getting into the heads of RNG, right? They lost against the Timber. They know they got this Invoker. They ban it out. Then they take the Timber themselves, feeling like, oh, we couldn't really counter this Timber ourselves.
10 seconds
like,
remaining.
how is RNG going to figure something out? And then they kind of take it and put the pressure on RNG. RNG just instantly pick the Slark, and I wonder if Team Aster is just going to put this Timber in the safe lane and aggressive trialing against Slark. A lot of teams who try to outsmart your opponent, they tend to do that, at least when they see a Slark in the draft.
I think I'm going to say I kind of feel like it's more
remaining.
RNG playing the mental games with Aster. I talked about it draft 1 with the 0 reserve time being used. I talked about it draft 2 when they just first phase their 3 cores like maniacs. First 3 picks their cores, and now they just insta pick a Slark, a hero which isn't popular, which seems to be very, very niche right now. But they don't care. These lunatics will pick it anyway. God King will play the Slark, and God King will we'll see how we'll do on the Slark.
Yeah, just don't tell me it's going to be like some Red Panda Slark with Shard and like some nonsense like that.
Would you be surprised though?
Yes. If it's a Slark, yes.
5 seconds.
I mean, if you were going to pick 2 heroes though to play against the Slark, I mean, Wyvern and Timber are both up there, right? You can see like the theory of why they think it might be good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I can totally see that. I think Wyvern Curse is kind of hard for Slark though.
Yeah.
You can't dispel it. You get hit with the curse. The follow-up stun comes, and you're kind of just dead. So that's a little bit rough. And I think Aster has a lot more picks to come here. I can see like, what do they want? Let's take a quick look. Ooh, Axe.
Look at
Axe is still good against Slark.
Dire team.
I just call him.
They might go for some they probably won't catch against the puck as well. I was going to say.
Radiant team.
I was thinking it's something like a Lion maybe, but Wind Ranger seems okay. Does well against the puck in lane as well. I think, right? Kind of just straight farm.
Wind Ranger is not bad as well against the Slark. I don't think it's going to be a Wind Ranger mid though. I think it's going to be a Wind Ranger 4.
Could Aster take Faceless Void as a carry?
5 seconds remaining.
They can. That is a really good hero against Slark and Puck.
Yeah,
that is very true. But I don't feel like that's. I guess they did at the end. It didn't go too well for them though when they did that.
Dire team pick.
One of my big problems with Slark is it doesn't farm as quick as a lot of the carries that are picked at the moment as well, right? Where like these gyros and lunas and like axe carries and stuff, they farm so quickly. Slark doesn't really you can't take ancient stacks and things as well, right? So
yeah, that's a big problem. I really like it when teams pick something which can take ancient stacks when you have a Slark on your team, because you need someone to fill that role.
5 seconds remaining.
So it'll be interesting for me to see if Aster picks some like You know, maybe something like Medusa as well. Maybe isn't great against Slark, but
Oh, Dusa's awful against Slark.
But like some kind of hero
if the Slark goes off, that is.
some kind of hero that like finds its way into the game quicker than the Slark would.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
think
like
you're-
Radiant team pick.
TA's banned actually.
I think you hit the nail on the head here with the Faceless Void option. And the,
Team
what?
ban.
No, no, it's gonna be a Slark support or a Slark mid.
I think it is. I think it's Slark 5.
No, please, don't do this. Your pubs will be ruined. And I'm telling you, like this Slark hero, when I first saw the
10
shard,
seconds
I was
remaining.
like, this could be good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a solid save.
I love that
for
shot.
3 seconds.
remaining.
I felt like there's some potential for it, but like there's no way, right? It's gonna be a Slark 5 with like a Dusa, and they're just gonna hit the Timber Saw.
Theben, how do you curse anyone if you can't
Radiant
click on
team
them?
ban.
That's the question. They're unkillable.
For
This
3
is
seconds.
Dire
Wild.
team ban.
Surely it could still be Medusa mid and Slark carry, right?
I'd be really surprised if it was that. That's
It
like
could be.
hyper greedy.
But Puck is gonna be like the 5 or the 4, Hoodwink 5.
seconds
This could be still
remaining.
Hoodwink 5. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Hoodwink could be the 5, and
5
the
seconds remaining.
Dusa could be mid.
You're like clutching at straws, being like, please, I don't want to see Slark 5.
Yeah, no. I mean,
To be fair, though, I
we're
mean,
only thinking about it because we put it out there into the world, right? Like
Yeah.
the thought. So, but it's like it has to be like a 1% chance that's a Slark
10
5 in
seconds
any way.
remaining.
So let's just assume it's gonna be a Hoodwink and Puck support
5
duo,
seconds remaining.
or Hoodwink plus the last pick here, whatever it is.
Because I mean, the Lestrack's another really good pick versus Slark. Like Slark, when he pops that ultimate, he wants to be safe. He wants to be able to get his health back, kind of reset his own HP pool, and keep on fighting, keep on getting those stacks going. Lestrack stops him being able to do that because he's just going to pop that Pulse Nova and he's just going to pump damage into him. He won't kill him, or he can kill him if he's really far ahead, but most likely case scenario, you don't kill him, but you stop him getting his health back. He comes out the other end of his ulti and he's still like, 250 HP, and he's like, oh, well, I can not keep going here. See you later. Sayonara,
Dire
folks.
team
Gotta jump
pick.
into the trees, and that's the Slugs. Right, and then, this is the other hero which I was kind of expecting to see this series. As the 5th pick in this draft, I wasn't expecting it at all. I don't know.
Is it like DP3 Slark 4?
10 seconds
maybe?
remaining.
I honestly don't know.
5 seconds
RNG, I'm
remaining.
really making you guys earn your paycheck here.
I give up.
If you don't get the positions right, you don't get
Drow
paid.
Ranger. Choose your hero.
It feels
Just
like
fire
a
me,
really
Arnie.
good Drow game.
Yeah, I mean, Team Aster is just picking their own, like, this is them. They got the Lestrack. This is them taking shit seriously. Draw Ranger, great hero against Dusa. You can always outrange her and be very annoying. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on with this first phase Slark, but I don't like it because I don't understand it.
Is someone in
What we
lobby
don't-
who can tell us who's picking what? Because I just want to know before we throw it over what's going on. I want to put Theben out of his misery. Can we have a check on in game, find out what the positions are? Thanks, Beaker. There we go. We get to see it. All right, so we got
I
D-Stones on the
knew
card.
it!
He's going to be mid. Red Panda with the Pulse 5 Slark, the absolute maniac. God King Medusa. And then Flab on the offlane Death Pro. Wow, that's crazy. That is absolutely mental. Theben, quick thoughts on this draft before we throw it over to the casters.
Well, I know I put it out there as soon as we saw the Slark, but I didn't think he was gonna do it. And I mean, he's just gonna buy Shard. That's his plan, right? He's gonna buy Shard. He's gonna hit this Timber in the laning stage, but I don't think it's gonna work out well for them. All in on Aster here.
All in on Aster. Well, Mo, very quickly, what's your thoughts on this game? What is your hot take?
I'm all in on the Slark 5. I'm
No.
going 2-0 against Theben. Let's go.
No.
I'm ready.
Royal never give up. Royal never give up on RNG is the name for Mo Farah here. And you know what? I'm going for RNG as well. Why not? The Pulse 5 Slark. It's crazy enough that it just might work. Let's see it. And we will throw it across to Beacon and Mo Farah to cast this game. It's RNG versus Aster, game number 3.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, wise words maybe saying that you believe in Slark 5. I don't want to like shut down your predictions or anything, but let's hypothetically say Red Panda has one account that he plays Dota on. He has never played Slark professionally.
Okay.
And Red Panda has only played Slark 61 times in pubs, and he has a 40% win percentage on Slark. And the last time he played Slark was last year.
You have to remember though that these players will be swimming quite a lot, and this is probably something they've tried before. I'd be really shocked if they hadn't like been doing this in scrims.
These are just the statistics that I have been given.
I will say that in this laning stage, the Slark with 300 movement speed, Orb of Venom, it's pretty good against the Timber. Maybe not so good much against the Wind Ranger in lane. But I think the Timber should have a relatively difficult time against the Medusa and the Slark with an Orb of Venom.
I think he just wanted to show off the crocodile cosmetics.
He just really wants to roleplay a crocodile.
Yeah.
Easy 2 essence shift.
Yeah, all right. Let's see how this works.
It disappears, but don't look at that.
Because we were, I don't know, I was trying to get you guys, I'm trying to be the stats guy as you guys are doing these drafts, and I was just like, Red Panda's never played Slark. And Felix has only played it once in a pro game. I was like, what is going on?
Get him.
Does this work, though, if you take a lot of damage?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's a gas on me.
It's fine.
Is it?
Just don't question it, it's fine.
All right. I won't question anything. Oh, Courier coming over with 3 more tangos.
Personally, I'm really interested to see how this Lesh versus Puck matchup goes. Obviously, they both kind of trade a little bit, so it's not so bad, right? But I think Lesh is a really cool hero right now. White Apple's very, very good at it as well. So, fingers crossed we get to see him at his best in this game.
Maybe. We'll have to see. What is a 5 Slark build? B-Cop,
stop asking me questions I can't answer. All right. I'm gonna guess. I think he goes Corrosion, right, as he did on the Void last time.
Yeah.
Which I think is really good. He'll go Shard, obviously, like Theben talked about as well. Probably, you know, the main reason why this hero could be good as a 5, having that 3-second AoE Shadow dance, is really strong.
Depth Shroud.
Apart from that, maybe like, I honestly, maybe some like Medallion, or like some Pipe could be really good this game up against the Lesh and whatnot. But I think the Medallion has a lot of value against Drow. You know, you just bump up your core.
Ooh, Lanham taking a lot of damage up towards top, and Flyby really wants this.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Ooh, and he'll lose a courier for that. I just love that this draft has kind of stumped you guys. Both your hands were on your head. You were like really intensely trying to like figure out what the hell was going on. I love that. I
mean, if there's a, you know, if there's a Chinese team that's going to be playing strange position 5 heroes, it's going to be RNG.
First blood.
He'll go down to Flyby for first blood.
I will say in theory about the RNG drop though is that, like, if this Puck's able to get a good coil off,
potentially,
yeah. If this Puck's able to get a good coil off, it does enable this DP Inducer to get their damage off, right? Because there's no save on the Dire side apart from like Cold Embrace, but I feel like if the good coil goes off, they will be able to get eventually their good physical damage off, right, from the DP and the Deucer. And they have good catch to be able to find the Wyvern at the start of the fight with the Puck, with the Hoodwink being able to attack, like, get this high burst damage from far away. But a lot of this game is on Lanham, I think.
A prize.
We'll have to see how well he could perform, because he didn't have a bad game last game. He just got caught out once, and then he took the top set of racks, and with the second Roche, everything had already fallen apart, I guess, at that point. So not like entirely his fault where things were really terrible from him in any way.
The White Album has 11 denies on Lesh. Like, 3.5 minutes into the game. That's ridiculous.
It really is.
He's like half a level ahead.
And it could just start to get worse. This is one of White Album's better heroes, at least from what we were seeing from him in the DPC, and drop again. And Felix, he'll chase after and get the kill. Flyby not dying to Monet, who's trying to output some damage there with the multi-shot and the frost arrows.
Yeah, really good. I mean, Aster's laning stage is going much better than I thought it would. So they've got that going for them here. Flyby. It's the TP.
Getting out of there. Ooh, Pounce leashes this Windrunner bottom.
It's so difficult for the Slug to like bully the Wind Ranger. This is what we were saying, that it's good against the Timber, but it's not good against the Wind Ranger because you can't stick on her. And it's getting to the point in the lane now where the Slug's effectiveness against the Timber starts to wear off a little bit. You know, the Deucer gets to level 5 and is pretty strong with the Snake, but the auto attacks don't really do anything at that point anymore.
Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out what Rip Panda's next move is he's gone 0-1-2. Trying to beat up XXS, but I don't know if that's really working out for him.
And now you know what you look like.
I mean, the Timber Chain's such a crazy nuke. I think it's like, is it 70 mana for 100 damage at level 1, I think? It's ridiculous.
It's 60 mana for 100 damage.
Oh, okay, even better.
They're going to try and get Red Panda. They should have him. Power shot in and Timber Chain across. Borax gets the kill before he can connect anyway.
Oh, I should have probably said as well, I love Borax playing this hero. I think Wind Ranger 4 is such a forgotten about thing. Like, we don't really see a huge amount of it, especially in Europe from the games that I've been watching. But I think it can be really good.
Trying to get a kill here on Felix, but he'll walk away.
Vanishing wind.
White Album not exactly dealing with a lot of mana right now.
I'm not sure if Borax saw him place that ward down there. Might have done.
So Borax, yeah, this Windrunner does fit his playstyle from what we've seen from him in the past, where he really does move around, play aggressive, and try and get something done. I'd love to see him land a shackle here on D-Stones, set up that stun, and probably a kill on D-Stones if that shackle were to connect. Instead, he's going to start hustling bottom.
When we see like PYW play for Vici, right, he almost religiously goes for like the Blink Force and everything. I mean, some of the position for Wind Rangers that when it used to get played often, they would go like MKB and stuff as well. So I don't know what Borax is going to do this game. I'd be really surprised if it wasn't Blink Force and everything as well, but
coming around the back on Flyby, trying to get this kill onto the Death Prophet. Shackle lines up easy, and Borax will get himself another one. He's now 2-0. He's got both kills right now for Aster.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Really not doing much damage here to XXS.
Oh, shit vest. I guess it's not that great on Radiant side. Nobody really likes it, but
Trusty shovel.
this Deucer is having a good time. Like, if you look at a net worth, she's doing okay. So even up against this Timbersaw lane, obviously, like we said, you can always just push the lane out with Snake, head off to jungle. I don't know if they've made any stacks yet on the Ancients or anything on Radiant side, but obviously that would really help pump up the Deucer's farm this game.
Arctic Burn on Felix once again. Borax going to try and chase with the Wind Run and land a shackle somewhere. That won't connect. Question is, does he still get the kill? Splinter Blast, power shot, lining it up, and Lanham's got it. They've got that ward on the high ground that helps them secure the vision and what they need to get that kill, and now stack
sealing the stack
will be taken by White Album.
I mean, this is huge. It's like you get like the 400 gold or whatever it is from that, but you're also taking 400 gold away from your opposition. So it's effectively an 800 net worth swing, right? From what it would have been otherwise.
Dire's middle tower is under
Not
attack.
taking the ancient stack just yet, though.
Yeah, they don't really have the potential to take ancient stacks on their team, really. It's really very difficult. Like Drow kind of can, but it's quite slow. It's not really worth your time at this point in the game.
Right. God King forced to TP away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Arcane ring for the Lesh.
Radiant's bottom
Feels even
tower
better.
is
It probably
under
is
attack.
its best time to find.
A prize.
Is he gonna take that?
Yeah, the Lesh will take the Arcane ring, I think. Maybe Timber if they find a trinket, but... I mean, this Timber's taking the bot tier 1, right? And Radiant are trying to do the same thing top, but it's not as easy.
Coil, Exorcism, but they've got the silence push him back. Red Panda trying to make something happen, but they've got themselves a pull. They're great. Flyby taking a lot of damage, and that's while Exorcism's rolling. They get the kill on a Felix. That's 2 dead on the side of RNG. They found themselves D-stones, make it a third.
Is under attack.
Nothing
I love that
doing for RNG.
The Slash basically just watching them the whole fight, being like, guys, I promise I'll help soon. Guys, just wait for the 20-minute mark, and I'm going to save you all. Like, it's going to be so good.
With what farm?
You need to start saving up his passive gold from now to be able to get the shard at 20 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower
Seriously.
is fallen.
That ain't even a joke. He actually has to do
Dire's
that.
middle tower is under attack.
And that might be an issue.
I wanna know in chat who's gonna be playing Slark 5 in their next pub after this game.
I mean, if it's not everybody, then what are you even doing with your life?
Exactly. How do you know if it's good if you don't give it a go?
Dire's
Seriously.
middle tower is under attack.
I'm gonna see if Fever wants to party queue, I think. In some unranked.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just don't tell him that I'm playing Slark.
Just like I won't tell you that I'm playing techies.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower
forget.
is under attack.
That was your best arc warding game ever.
It's like my third one ever. Come on, man. Right, this Timber has 1,200 gold. They're 3k net worth up on Aster. They can push towers really easily with the Lesh.
Yeah.
I feel like the game's going to explode really quickly.
It definitely can, because if they get a kill and then they start pushing towers real hard, they are really going to cut down the map of RNG. And Medusa, yes, you're second in the net worth, but you start getting your map cut, where are you really going to farm comfortably?
Yeah, I mean, you need to hold your Ancients. Like, your triangle is the biggest thing right on Radiant side. But, I mean, the biggest thing for Aster is whether they can take down this mid-tier 1. And you see they're bringing heroes here. It is very difficult, though. Like, you're playing into Coil. There's the Exorcism that can come through as well. Obviously, even Medusa with Snake is pretty strong at pushing out waves.
Structures are fortified.
I really think RNG have to try and defend this tower.
Radiant's
Doesn't look like
middle
they're gonna.
tower is under attack.
No, it doesn't. I just feel like the map's going to open up so much now, and it opens up Roche as well with the Drow. Like, the fact that Acer are able to just walk into the
They're
triangle
wrapping
is-
on top. Flyby in a lot of trouble. Use Exorcism.
It's a Coil.
All right, and they've got the happenings of potentially getting something to work, but Bushwhack misses. And Red Panda's just on the high ground, dewarding sentries while now you've used Exorcism and you're going to lose the top tier 1.
And this is why Timber got spammed so much at the major. It just enables these teams to just run at towers. And just, like, take buildings so quickly, take these early fights. There's no hero like Timber that does this in the early game. Try to thread the tree.
Crypt Swarm, and that's it. Timber Chain forward, trying to find Flyby. You don't have Exorcism this time. You have Spirit Siphon maybe, but is that even going to be enough? They're chasing, they're body blocking, they're putting out the damage. They work over it, Flyby, and eventually he'll fall.
What's wrong?
A Sharpshooter comes through onto the Leshrac, but it's not doing anything. It is opening up space for God King to farm, but I don't know if that's enough. Doesn't feel like it's going to be enough.
As well. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's a 3k net worth, right? But it honestly feels like it's 6 or 7, doesn't it? With how like dominating they are on the map with the heroes that they have on Aster.
Is under attack.
Yeah. definitely. It just doesn't feel like RNG are comfortable at all.
Well, what are the moves that they make though?
I can't see me, but I'm shaking my head. I don't know.
It's madness, isn't it?
No, it's Sparta, but
6 minutes to go, B-Cop.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
has he been saving up his gold since then? It looks like it.
Probably. I think he had like 800 or something on the slug, but... Okay, so there's a vessel on the DP, which is obviously very good up against the Timber and the Wyvern, because the Wyvern with the Cold Embrace. But you need charges to be able to use Vessel, and they haven't been able to find any kills recently, which is a bit of an issue.
Meanwhile, Monet going for the Manta. He's got Dragonlance with the Yasha already finished off.
Have you seen Borax had a Javelin as well on the Wind Ranger?
Yeah.
So when we were talking about him having Blink Force before, he's just going for the Maelstrom instead.
Red Panda.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Vessel charge?
See what they can get done here.
Easy.
Momentum going down.
Foil.
And silence. This is a problem. The damage coming through. Borax, can he hold his own with Monet over to the side? They bring in White Album. They've got the pushback onto the Drow. Fuels up into the air, and there's the Sun with the power shot coming in from Borax. Red Panda comes over, and he'll use that Shadow Dance just to run away, as Felix will find himself dead to rights as well.
This DP hero feels so sad when you have no save on your team. It feels like it's a hero that you have to be able to play around and enable, right?
Right.
And they have the coil to be able to keep people like locked in place and stuff to do the damage, but the Dire side have so much damage coming from their own team that they can just turn around and kill her.
$5K lead.
Oh, dude, just go Butterfly, second item against Drow. Not sure about that. And a Lesh. And there's a Maelstrom on the Wind Ranger.
Spotted.
I don't understand.
Do they want to fight this? Shackle, Spirit Siphon, Bushwhack missing. Flyby moving forward, trying to make something happen, and it's looking like nothing's happening. Winter's Curse on the Dream Coil. White Album, he's not trying to snap that Dream Coil. He's trying to stand his ground. Keystone's going down on the power shot from Borax. So they get themselves one. God King will connect. Shackle doesn't connect to anything, but they've got the Stone Gaze to try and get this Medusa out. Bushwhack holds him close. And they lose this puck, but God King forced the Stone Gaze and run.
Theban, if you're listening to this, 1437, I want you to prepare an answer, because I'm going to ask you the question, why Deuce's going Butterfly second item after Yasha in this game? So just, yeah, get ready, because I can't wait to hear what you say. I honestly can't think why.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
He just picked up here by Monet.
So, is that the Manta? Yeah, okay.
Yep. As the Manta over mid, you've got Lanham just farming as he wants to get into a 4-staff Philosopher's Stone for the side of Aster too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower
And they
is
really,
under attack.
on the side of RNG, just haven't been able to touch Aster at all. It's 10-3. No answers.
Dire's
Butterfly
bottom
picked up
tower
here
is under
for
attack.
a Medusa, but I don't know what that's going to end up accomplishing in these fights. We'll see.
I don't know if the if Twitch I could hear him, but Theban basically said you got to fast.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean that is the thing. Like if you want to aim to have like Butterfly Scardy +1, obviously like you buy the item that makes you farm the fastest first.
They're just going to go high round. I mean, they're working with an Aegis. Why not? They got the vision down. Look at the silence. Red Panda! Whoa! Almost just blown up. Bushwhack comes in. The damage is out. They've got themselves the silence. They're supposed to be over the Dream Coil. They're going to snap it and get the Aegis out of the hands of this Drow. Winter's Curse Right on the Death Prophet. They've got the Sharpshooter for the damage. Chakram forward with a power shot from Borax. Once again, the lineup is there, and Borax will knock him down. You line him up, he'll knock him down. He's 5-0-4. Power shot, silence.
They really want this tier 3.
And they got it.
The snake is doing a lot of damage though.
Radiant's middle tower.
When I say snake, I don't mean the Medusa, I mean the spell.
I'm more surprised that how's to stop the TP, but Red Panda, I don't know. That may not be what you want to do. They're gonna put Trident to me from that connects him to the sword backing instead of he's got no buyback sharpshooter coming through into those track getting low. Guys, they just reached a catching cord.
We hold out for 30 seconds so Slark can get shots.
They just pull a cord. I'm a little surprised. They are low, but to get the kill on the Medusa and not then pressure, I thought is a little bit weird.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Without the Aegis though, it is a little bit scary to fight, especially high ground into the DP and stuff, right? It's much better to just be safe. You kill the Deucer, that's good enough, right? Oh, they get a Grove Bow on the Deucer. Thanks, Gaben.
By the way, this Sark did buy a medallion.
Nice. See, I'm in the head of Slark 5.
Dominating. Own it.
Now he's dead.
He has no head to be in anymore, but
double damage for Monet.
Tower is under attack.
Oh my god, this damage is ridiculous. They just kill buildings so quickly. That was without the edict. They're gonna run towards the bot tier 2, take the last outer tower on the map. The question is, at that point, do they wait for second Roche or do they try and force the high ground fight early?
Second Roche does the side games.
Yeah. Like, if somehow you lose a fight just as second Roche is about to spawn, and Radiant go and take the Roche themselves, the game, opens up. Because Deucer with Aegis is pretty wild.
Almost with BKB. Timber going Lotus after picking up Kaya Sanj.
This Puck's doing the right thing though, just skipping waves. Being as annoying as possible.
Shard is online for this Slark. Winter's Curse comes in. Borax gonna follow it up. The Shackle actually doesn't connect to anything, and now they're on the run. They've got themselves the Bullwhip. Red Panda gonna try and catch up to this Winter Wyvern. Courier coming in. Pounce doesn't connect.
I'll get the courier.
And the Courier able to run. Nobody died.
You better run.
Well, now he's got Depth Shroud.
Dire's top tower
Here we
is
go.
under attack.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for, everybody. He's got the shard.
Going for XXS, Exorcism, Dream Coil, all coming down. They've got the silence. Can they get the help for Lenum? No, they can't. So they get the kill on the XXS. They're going to look and get the tier 1 tower on top of that, and they'll look for more. Just pushing down mid. Spirit Vessel on the Winter Wyvern. How confident are you about making this move? They hit the silence, and the acorn shot comes through onto this Winter Wyvern, but they land the stun onto the Hoodwink. They should be able to get the kill. The blink forward from Flyby.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Bye-bye.
under attack.
Oh, no.
More like, where's my Slark?
Unstoppable.
You're dying.
That was nice.
That was slick.
Wicked haunt.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive. They kind of got the kill on the Timber and they wanted to push their advantage as much as they can. Well, they had a number advantage, right? But even if Timber's dead, the Dire still has a net worth advantage, which is a bit worrying. Just from their other 4 heroes, they're still ahead of the Radiant side in net worth when the Timber's dead.
There's something typed in our chat. When the shard gets picked up, This game is over for Aster.
They do sound like wise words.
Although, game may be over, but did they win or lose?
True.
Technically wise words.
I think it's a mental win. It's the same as the Rupture Skewer before. In
Flavor
Series 1.
wins?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. I do that in Magic the Gathering. I have flavor wins in my commander deck.
Anybody who's willing to experiment on the stale patch, we can't criticize them.
No.
Because it's nice to see something different.
I will say next
Even if it
series
doesn't
feels
look
like it's
great.
going to be an experimental experiment.
We haven't reached it yet. We're still waiting for Radiant to win this one.
True.
Dire's top tower is under
True.
attack.
Sorry. I misspoke.
It's second row minimum, so minimum time's hitting soon. Okay. But okay, they're gonna look. They're gonna
Dire's top
hunt.
tower is under attack.
Oh, this Lesh so fast though. Can they catch up with him?
Oh, yeah, they
Okay,
can. Silence. Will survive a
They're
little
TPing
bit
to the
longer.
outpost.
And now they're coming in. He's surviving for now. And he's got that bloodstone. Is it going to be enough? Flyby trying to keep up. And over on the high ground is Monet with the right click damage coming through the God King, who does not have any more mana, and the damage will get the kill to take out Repent. They've got themselves a beam blow down onto the Drow. But, well, Flyby is dead. 3 heroes gone. This might be the call point for them as Felix is on the run, trying to scurry, trying to hide, trying to get away from the hands of Aster, but he won't do so. And Dewstones.
Oh, they see the puck.
Oh, he's standing still. Winter's Curse. GG is called. And Aster will take the series 2-1.
Yeah, that was a bit of a disappointing end to the series. Probably the most one-sided game we had of the 3. Gutted.
Very one-sided.
420.
Yeah, we got the 420 game score. I mean,